Recently, Ubiquiti released two device bridging products, the UDB Device Bridge and the UDB Pro, the Device Bridge Pro. And which one do you buy and which scenarios are suited for which one? And that's what we're going to answer in today's video. So first we start with, well, what's the specifications? With the UDB itself, you can see it's a small form factor device which has a single gigabit port on the top. It has an external antenna which comes with the device itself. So if you want to add this on, you can use it as an omnidirectional antenna. But it also has a built-in antenna as well. This gives 15 watts worth of power when you get it plugged into a main switch. Now, there's no waterproofing options on this, so this does need to be kept indoor. Next, we have the UDB Pro. Now, this looks very similar to the nano beams that were out there and is a very similar concept. However, you only need the singular device to get it paired up with your network. So this is weatherproof, so you can keep this outdoor, and it comes with a pole mounting bracket and everything you need to get set up. You also get yourself a PoE injector, so you can go ahead and give this the power that it needs. On the back, you have two different ports. You have a PoE input and you have a PoE output. So it will power this device as well as passing power to whatever else you plug into this. Then you might ask yourself, well, actually, how do these work with a singular device? Well, the way the device bridge works is it meshes with your current Wi-Fi setup. Now, what we'll do a little bit later on in this video is we'll give it a test right here and we'll go to probably the furthest point in my house and see how well this works. Because it's not weather rated, we have to keep this indoor. That being said, you can mount this on the inside and perhaps run a network cable a little bit further. So this works as a good go in between. This again works on the same concept. It meshes with your existing Wi-Fi connectivity and shoots a beam across towards your house. Generally, these are mounted outdoor, so they're kept a little bit further away from the house. But there's a couple of different ways we can get this set up, and we'll have a look at that a little bit later in this video. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and get these adopted. I have both of these devices now plugged in, and I have one plugged into the PoE injector because that's what it's designed to do, and one plugged directly into here with a power lead. So you can see straight away it's found two devices, Device Bridge and Device Bridge Pro. So let's set up the Device Bridge. You can see the white light on there at the moment, so let's get that set up. That's going to go off and connect. So we'll adopt one device at a time. And that's going to go off and adopt, and we'll come back in just a few moments once they're both adopted, and we'll run through the settings of both of them and see what they look like within. And then we can go ahead, once that's done, it does have a quick warning at the top before you adopt. It says, adopting this device will enable PoE pass-through. Ensure that any device connected to port 2 supports PoE. Connecting a non-PoE device can result in damage. So do keep that one in mind when you're adopting them. And if you're a little bit too quick at adopting it, it will say multiple simultaneous wireless adoptions are not allowed. So we'll give that another few moments and we'll let that complete. And then we can go ahead and adopt again. So we'll leave that to adopt. Let's come back in a few moments on the PC and have a look at some of the settings within. Above me this side, you'll see the Device Bridge and the Device Bridge Pro, and we can take a look at some of the settings within. So if we jump into the Device Bridge itself, we can see this is meshing to the U7 Pro Max, and this is the signal strength that it has. So it's currently good. And if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see the device right here, the settings, and what the TX and RX rates are within it. We have the history within here, and we have some system stats. And the last settings cog, you can go ahead and rename the device if you want. You can choose the built-in antenna or the Omni antenna, depending on what you're using. And then just above it, you have the option to choose auto or manual. So if you want it to pick up a certain one, you can go ahead and give it an uplink priority. Also within here, you have the standard manage, so the LED, the locate, restart, and remove. The settings within the UDB Pro are very similar. However, there is one additional one if we go to the settings, and that is you can have the device into parent and child mode. So again, you can choose which parent device that you want within here, and you can rename the device too. If you don't want to have PoE pass-through on, you can go ahead and turn that off. So if you're plugging it into something that doesn't require PoE, you can go ahead and turn that off right here. And finally, you have the IP settings and the manage settings within. The first test we're going to run on the UDB Pro is to plug a camera into it, and we'll get that connected and we'll see how it works. So currently I'm holding it around, so it's fluctuating between 4 and 5 bars. But first, let's take a look at what the signal strength is of this at the moment. And you can see right there, as I've placed that down, that's gone back to 5 bars. And if I show you the device bridge right here, we can see 99%. is the signal strength, and minus 48 dBm. So it's about as strong a signal as you're going to get. The access point itself is not too far, it's just in the next room, which is why we're getting a full signal strength. So let's plug in a camera and see what sort of performance we get with this. So here is my network cable, and we plug that into here. This is a G3 Flex, and I can pop that one just at the bottom down here. So there we go, we can see the light that's popped up on here straight away. So we have a bit of light, so let that power up 1 second, and we'll bring over our UniFi Protect app. And here we go, we've just gone into the UniFi Protect app, and we can see the camera here. We have full signal connectivity on this, and the image clarity on this is really good with no issues in terms of the clarity. So we know this is going to work perfectly fine. We can also plug in an access point, we can plug in phones, we can plug in any IoT devices. Anything else that you find that you need to plug into this, you can give it power and you can get it working and connected to your network. Now the other test I wanted to run on this, which was plugging in a switch. So we'll leave this in on the side, let's unplug this. And I want to do a throughput test back to my machine that I have here, just to see what sort of throughput we get with this device. This is the USW Flex 2.5G. So we'll first plug the cable straight into here, and we should see a light pop up, and we see one straight away. So that's going to give it a bit of power. And while this boots up, we'll go ahead and load up the laptop and set up the iPerf test. Now, this is just going to be a straightforward iPerf test. I'm not playing around with any settings or within it. It's going to be as vanilla as it comes. So these are the results we're going to get. If you want to see something a bit more in depth of playing around with the settings to get the most out of it, let me know down in the comments and we'll see if we can put something like that together. And we're hovering between 220 and 260 megabits per second. I did just cover it slightly there, so I'm going to move away from there slightly, as that would have impacted probably a bit of the performance of it. So 257, 226, 256, 242, so around about between 200 and 250 megabits per second you're getting. So on average of those 5, you've got 242. Now I know some people will say skip the first few while it settles down and gets a stable connection, but that gives you a rough idea of what it looks like when we have a switch plugged into this and we're going back to the main computer from there. 250 megabits per second, I mean that's ample for what you need, whether it's phone calls, whether it's cameras, whatever the requirement is. This is a reasonable amount of throughput that you're getting on here. I have this connected right here, which is probably at the furthest point in my house, going through between a couple of brick walls, and it's connecting to the AP that is upstairs in my house. If we have a quick look just here, and I'll pop this up on the screen at the same time, and if we have a look on the device itself, we can see that the signal itself is pushing towards the edge of what it can probably do. So the signal is not great, and we are actually at the furthest point of the house. And what I have actually done is connect up a flex camera. And I'm going to show you how well that works from inside the garage. And you'll see the camera popping up on your screen again just now. And this is me walking in the camera, and you can see this. So if I wave my hand, you can probably see the device and how firstly clear the image is, and secondly there doesn't seem to be any jitter on the cameras, and you can perfectly make out what's going on. So even with the signal being as low as it is, it still gives a really good performance on a camera. Let's switch the test up a little bit now, and we have a flex switch that's plugged into this. This is the 2.5G, even though we're only going to get a gigabit connection out of this, that's the most we're going to get. So let's give this a go. We're going from the UDB to the flex, and the flex straight to my laptop down here. So let's give this a go. And right here, and then we have the iPerf test that we can run just here. So we just type in iPerf 3. And then dash client. So there we go, we have that running now. So iPerf 3, the client, and then the IP address that we're going to. So let's run that. And considering we're right at the edge of the network, we're still getting 10 megabits per second, which might not seem like a lot, but when you just need an internet connection, that seems to be doing the job. That gives you a rough idea of how the UDB works and the sort of speeds that you're going to get out of it. Let's now take a look at the UDB Pro and see how well that works. We'll do a few more tests similar to this one, and let's see what sort of performance we get out of it. So to keep the test consistent and fair across the UDB Pro, we're going to go ahead and plug in a switch. So we have this coming into here, which is powering up via PoE, and we have this plugged into the laptop to run the speed tests. There is a cable running to a PoE injector on the side, which you can see right here, and that then goes into the mains power. So this is operating completely wirelessly, and we're plugged into the computer via a wire. So we're going to run an iPerf test on here. So we'll start by, so I'll quickly show you what's going on here. And if I zoom in slightly, so you can see that up there. I'm running the iPerf test against the computer behind me, which is hardwired into my network, but this will be going wirelessly. So let's have a quick look at some of the speeds we're getting here. And there we go, a similar sort of result. So 230 megabits per second. This is obviously designed to be outdoor, but I'm running the indoor test just to give you a bit of completeness. What I should have shown you before is this right here for completeness. So I can show you the signal strength down here is 99% and minus 39 dBm. So this has a really good connectivity as you would expect. The access point is just next door, so you'd expect it to have a decent connection. When we take this device outside, we're going to do a camera test as well. Inside here, it's probably a little bit pointless because we know it's going to have a good signal and it's going to work as it expects. But I wanted to show you the throughput test just to show you what kind of connectivity you would get if you were to plug a switch into the UDB Pro. So we have the UDB Pro set up now, and you can see on the screen that I'm showing you the signal is a lot better than it was on the previous one, and obviously because we're now outside and we're going through one less layer of brick, so the signal has improved. If we scroll down to the bottom of the screen, we are now 71% signal strength with minus 60 dBm, which pushes it actually into the green. So we have a really good signal out here, and you can see this is just mounted just on a pole, just sat outside. Now obviously you could mount this on whatever you want, this is just a demo rig, and we have the lights along the side here which gives us the signal strength and whether we need to reposition it slightly. So the first test we're going to do like we did last time, we've plugged in a flex just along here, and we can actually see the image along here. If I come and wave at the camera, if I just come and wave at the camera, you can see that the image is relatively clear and you can see what's going on. It is quite a gloomy day, so the image might look a little bit dark, but other than that, it is as clear as it comes because the signal is great. We're now going to get the laptop and we're going to plug that one in and see what sort of throughput tests we get with this sort of signal strength. Post that, we're going to move to the edge of the drive just down here and see if we can actually get this to connect to the house and what sort of signal strength we get. And then I have one more trick left to show you after that. So we're back again to the laptop now. We have the IP address, we're connected, and let's go ahead and run a quick test here. So 127, 139. So we're getting about 120 to 130 megabits per second. And we are over 10 meters away already, as we've seen, with at least a brick wall, with at least an outer wall in the way. Just to show you one more there, I've ran another test. You can see it's still hovering around about 100 megabits per second. So you can see the house in the background where the Wi-Fi is just there. And you can see we have this right here. And we're on 2 to 3 lights it's hovering between as it picks up and drops connection. So let's take a look at what that looks like on the computer. So we can still see we're getting about 35 to 36 megabits per second in terms of throughput. And I'm sure if I had the option to go back further, we could make this even further and extend the signal. So right here, you can see we have a full signal right the way down the back. Somewhere 100 meters down there is my house. And at the edge of the drive, I've put a U7 outdoor, and you can see that signal right there is full. And if I show you my phone, you can see the signal is getting a fairly good signal as well. So we're 99% signal and minus 48 dBm, which should be giving us a really decent connection. So let's go, and we know the cameras are going to work because it's worked in less environments. So we're going to see what sort of throughput tests we get with this when we plug the laptop in. So I'm going to get that plugged in now, and then we'll continue the test. Just to show you can use this anywhere, this is literally powered by an inverter adapter. So I have a plug going into the PoE adapter, and we're out literally in the middle of the street testing this out just to make sure we can get the full coverage. So this definitely stands the chance of going up to 5 kilometers. Unfortunately, I don't have the piece of land to be able to test it, but I'm hoping 100 meters will suffice as an initial test. And we now have an IP address, probably see that there, so we have it given via DHCP. And if we go and test this, so this is what we had on the last results when we weren't connected to the U7 outdoor, and this is the results we had when we weren't connected to the U7 outdoor. So let's go and connect this, and you can see over 100 meters away we're still getting nearly 250 megabits per second. So it's definitely pushing through there. We only have a gig connection here, so you definitely won't get anything more than that, but considering we're 100 meters away and we're connecting wirelessly, I think that's a pretty good result. This is where my U7 outdoor is situated, so it's at the edge of my drive, so I have a cable running all the way back, which then goes all the way upstairs to one of my switches, and this is what connected all the way down over 100 meters away. Hopefully the video has given you enough information to make a decision between the two, but let me break it down this one last time. So the UDB itself is lightweight, it's compact, and it's easy for those small wins that you need. So do you need to plug in a camera, an access point, a switch, telephone, this low-cost device will be the easiest option to do that. Now this is perfectly fine for indoor use as that's what it's designed for, but when you start stepping outdoor, you start looking at the UDB Pro, and if you need that slightly longer distance. So you can go ahead and use yourself like I did, the U7 Outdoor, to go and connect this against, or you can get yourself a second one of these and pair them together so they can communicate from house to wherever you are, or from building to building, depending on how you're set up and what your current needs are. If you've got any further questions on these, let me know down in the comments below, which they are linked to an affiliate if you want to go ahead and purchase them. I hope you found this video useful. For now, this is Inside Wire, and I'll see you in the next one.